Well, joining us now to tell us about the implications of this new facility in our weekly TIA Health Medical segment is Dr. Abhishek Raut, Medical Director at Appletree Medical Group. Sir, welcome back to Forum Daily.
Pleasure to be here.
So some very exciting news about this mRNA vaccine facility arriving in Canada. What was your initial reaction to yesterday's announcement?
Well, I was thrilled to hear it. Anything that really boosts our own production of vaccines is definitely desired. It's been a very long road to get here, but I'm glad we're finally making headway. I am a bit cautious, though, because the new facility, which would likely employ 200 to 300 people, will likely only be ready by 2024.
Now, I know vaccine production was a serious issue during the pandemic. Where does Canada currently stand in terms of vaccine production capabilities?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when the pandemic began, Canada, unlike many countries, actually lacked a facility that could be retooled easily to produce the viral vector COVID-19 vaccines or the mRNA products from Pfizer and Moderna. Because of this, to this day, none of the COVID-19 vaccines have been made in Canada. This leaves us entirely reliant on imports from other countries to fulfill vaccine orders.
And how did this lack of Canadian vaccine production impact the Canadian health system's overall fight against the pandemic? Would you be able to give us some personal accounts?
That's right. So I think we were very much slower out of the gate on vaccinations and immunizations than our counterparts with domestic production. And that was due to the fact that we couldn't actually produce any of our own. Because of that, we ended up suffering repeated delays and supply shortages of COVID vaccines this year. And we really struggled to get the spots from other countries that were manufacturing them. This is really the issue that forced the government to delay the second doses to up to 16 weeks and advise residents to mix and match vaccines initially.
Now, has Canada always been reliant on foreign support for vaccine supply, Dr. Raut?
It wasn't always this way. Connaught Laboratories, which was founded in 1914, was actually a big part of vaccine production in Toronto. Even though the first polio vaccine was discovered by Jonas Salk, Connaught Labs was really the first lab in the world to safely produce it in bulk using techniques developed by Canadian researchers. This was unfortunately later nationalized by Pierre Trudeau in the 70s and eventually sold off by Bayon Mandouli in 1980. Another major Canadian vaccine operation, Institut Armand Frappier, started at McGill, Montreal. It's been known to produce the vaccines for children, DPT, whooping cough, and tetanus. But this too, after a lot of success, was sold off to what is now GlaxoSmithKline.
So I guess with this new mRNA facility entering Canada, one of the bigger questions is, would just one mRNA vaccine facility be enough to combat any future pandemics in Canada?
Yeah, I think we're going to need a lot more than that. Luckily, we do have some promising news. The US vaccine maker Novavax is going to open its facility sometime in this year in Montreal. Vancouver's Precision Nanosystems is also aiming to have a biomanufacturing center slated for March 2023. Sanofi has said it's interested in a new vaccine manufacturing facility in Toronto as well. And then finally, Resilience Biotech, which is going to have a facility in Mississauga, would really allow the company to manufacture up to 650 million doses of mRNA vaccines a year.
Just a little over a minute, Dr. Raut, but I really want to dig deeper into these types of vaccines. So this is going to be an mRNA vaccine facility. What are the benefits of mRNA vaccines compared to other vaccines, such as viral vector ones?
Right. So the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines are the mRNA vaccines, which use technology to basically get the body to produce the protein that then it becomes the catalyst for its antibodies there. The AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson are considered viral vector because they actually provide that protein right away. And there are differences with that approach. The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines have the highest efficacy, around 95%. We see the lower efficacy, 60 to 70% in AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. And overall, the efficacy is how much people would avoid getting COVID-19 vaccines. And so as you can see, they're all quite effective.
All right, Dr. Raut, always great having you on Forum Daily. Thank you again for your weekly visit.
Thanks for having me.